Beoth Ye Sunda, Ich Hotsta Kevin. This video is going to discuss whether one should learn German before learning Old English. Well, I've answered this before in a text, but I think it deserves a video because this is a reoccurring thing, and yes, I can understand why someone would want to do this because Old English, yes, it's similar to German, and there are many sources to learn German, whatnot. But whether one should do that, that of itself deserves this video. So, well, my short answer is whether one should learn German before Old English. I would say no, and I'll explain why. Because modern German, going back to Old High German, it has evolved. Well, if I were to use that term, it has changed over time. Since Old High German to Middle High German to what it is now, or actually early New High German, then to what it is now, and you can't just say that, oh yeah, I'm gonna learn German and that's gonna help me with Old English. To a degree, yes. I have to be honest. I have to be intellectually honest. To a degree, it can help to a degree, but if you really want to understand a language, you have to understand a language on its own terms. If I'm on a road to Sheffield, but my intention is to get to London, well, if I'm on this road to Sheffield, I'll end up in Sheffield, right? So in the same way, if you're going to learn German, you're going to end up learning German. If you want to learn Old English, you learn Old English. It's that simple. And this is why I emphasize again and again, have a grammar book, a dictionary, have stuff about Old English. In fact, here is one book I recommend. This is not a sponsorship. I'm not sponsored. I'm not paid to do this. I have to say this because I kind of have to. I recommend this book called Introduction to Old English, 3rd edition by Peter S. Baker. Great stuff. This is really great for a really beginner and all that. Who if you don't have a linguistic background or anything like that, I recommend that book. As for those of you who may have a linguistic background, or if you don't and you want to be ambitious and adventurous, I would recommend grammar books you can find for free on Google Books or archive.org. But they're a little dated though. That's the problem with them. They're free. They do teach you the language. But the way they're written and whatnot, and they're different editions and whatnot. So it's always good to start off with the more recent stuff. But even then, just to start off, just to get something of Old English, having older books doesn't help. Sorry, having some older books do help to a degree. My first grammar books were among these older grammar books, from Joseph Wright, Henry Sweet, and all that. So they do help, whatnot. And once you have several of them, then you can see the nuances between them and whatnot, despite them being similar and whatnot. The way they would describe a topic would be different than another author and whatnot. Anyway, this video is not about grammar books or whatnot. It's the German question, or the Icelandic question, or the Dutch question. No, it's really more German question. Whether one should learn German before taking on Old English. In my case, I learned Old English before I started learning German. And it did help. It did help. I did not get into German. I did not do the reverse where, I want to learn German, I guess I'll learn Old English first. No, the reason I got into German is because a lot of my grammar books about other old Germanic languages are in German. Or some dictionaries, there's one I look at, it's in German for Old Norse. But anyway, The main thing is that if you want to learn Old English, you have to learn from Old English books and Old English stuff. I mean, again, German can only get you so far. German can help you becoming familiar with the inflected case system. The fact that there are 3 grammatical genders. The whole idea that you have like 2 U's, if you will, but in Old English you have 3 U's, and what am I talking about here? In German you have du and C. I know that's an Austrian pronunciation, C. And then, but in Old English you have 3, where you have thu, yit, and ye. What's the second one? Well, that's a dual pronoun. That's to say you too. You too. Right? So, to answer the question, should you learn German before taking on Old English? No, but to a degree, it can help. To a degree. Because some of the words are very similar or in fact identical. Yeah, the pronunciation may be a little different here and there, but again, the best way to learn Old English is from Old English books. Again, if I'm on a road to Sheffield, but I want to go to London, I'm going to end up in Sheffield. Okay? Simple as that. All right, well, thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe if you're new. And if you really like the channel, please become a patron at my Patreon page down below. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.